Welcome to Slasher Sunday Christmas Edition Volume 2, 2020. We did Secret Santa last week, and this week we're going to keep with the Santa theme, and we're going to do Santa's Sleigh, starring Bill Goldberg. Now, this is a film my brother and I were big fans of, and we talked about it a whole bunch, and I was going to do it a couple years ago, and I thought I had, but then I checked my videos and I hadn't, and I was like, I wonder why. And then I saw that this was a sealed copy, which reminded me that like I lost my copy, so I bought a new copy to review, and I just never did it. So here we go, Santa's Sleigh. This is a film that, as I said, my brother and I were very into. But the more I watch it, the less I like it. I don't know. I feel like the jokes and everything don't like age well, like on multiple viewings. Like they're funny or like they kind of make you chuckle like the first time you watch them, and then like talking about them. You ever have that movie, like you ever have those like memories of movies and you talk about them and your memories are so fond of them, and like your discussion of them become kind of part of your everyday language with someone that you know or some people that you know, and then you like go back and watch it later after you've built it up for so long that you're like, wow, this isn't even that good, this scene. This is my brother and I to a T right here. What I'm describing right now is my brother and I. Like, we take scenes from movies and we just like overplay them all the time, and then when you go back and rewatch them years later, sometimes you're like, wow, that scene's nothing like we now make it seem like it is. And I feel like that's this movie. Like when I watch it, yeah, there's still some funny, silly things and whatnot. I don't laugh at all this time though. When I was watching it this time, the entire time I sat there completely straight-faced. And I feel like the first time I watched this, I chuckled quite a bit. But for some reason, there's such a cheapness to this movie. You know, and things feel very forced. And I feel like the first time it's just kind of unexpected. And so you're like, okay, what the fuck is happening here? And then the second time you know it's coming, and because it's not really well constructed, you're like, okay, I guess that joke isn't as funny as I thought it was the first time. You know what I mean? That's how I was feeling this watch. And I've probably seen this maybe 3 or 4 times now. And I've felt like less and less thrilled about this movie each time. And I was hoping this was going to be the time that turned me around. It isn't. It's fine. That's really what it comes down to. It's fucking fine. And to be honest, this isn't going to be the longest Slasher Sunday review. But you got this opening with Chris Kattan and Rebecca Gayheart and Fran Drescher and James Caan. You see all these familiar faces and you're like, holy shit, what a cast. And then they're all killed off in like 5 seconds. And then he kicks that little fucking dog across the room, which is pretty funny. I didn't laugh, but it was like, I knew it was coming. And when it did happen, I don't know. That whole scene, while it is cool to see all of these familiar faces, at the same time, everything feels very cheap and forced. But it's still kind of amusing. Like, it's amusing enough to like watch, but at the same time I'm not like raving about it anymore. I don't know. Stop harping on that. The film definitely has no room for any kind of PC stuff here. You know, they're not going to take your offensive language and into account. When James Caan calls Chris Kattan half a fag, or when the girl buys this dude a gun, which ends up being a transformer. He's like, what are you, fucking retarded? Like, this is, what year is this? Because that's 90s humor. That's 90s language. This is 2005. You know, the PC police hadn't become a thing yet. And everyone didn't lose their fucking minds over a few words that no one really intended to be. I mean, not no one, but most people, especially myself, never intended to be used in a negative way. Like, I've never called a person with Down syndrome retarded. That's never ever come out of my mouth in my entire life. I've never looked at someone who's actually mentally retarded and been like, oh, what a fucking retard. That's never happened in my life. My friends are retarded. Okay? Same thing with fag. When I was a kid, you know, and let's be honest, to this day with my friends, you know, I've never used it in a derogatory slang towards homosexuals. Never once. Never have I been around a fucking guy who's homosexual and I'm like, what a fucking faggot. That's never, ever, ever even crossed my mind as a word to use in a derogatory way. But my friends are fucking retarded faggots. You know, like, I don't know. It's just we live in such insanely sensitive times. It really bums me out that no one has a sense of humor anymore. It really does. And you know, people may not like that kind of language and this and that, but okay, I'm not gonna preach here. I was, you know, let's not go down that rabbit hole. I just, watching this stuff reminds me of a time when people weren't just such little bitches. That's all. Or retarded faggots. Lighten up. Lighten the fuck up, please. Please. No one's being mean-spirited here unless it's really, really funny. The mean old lady that's at the deli is hilarious. She's great, man. Yet again, I didn't laugh out loud, but she probably amuses me the most. That being said, and this is the last time I'm going to say this, okay? So just take this as pretty much attached to anything I say from here on. It feels cheap and forced. Like the kids who open up their presents. Like, can we open up our motherfucking presents now? Like, it doesn't flow. Everything feels cheap. Everything feels like, you know, and there's some really, like, good actors in this movie. James Caan, holy shit. The freaking the dude who runs the deli. I don't know what his name is, but I've seen him in a bunch of movies. These are all good actors. You know, even the little cute blonde chick in this movie is from Lost. You know, like, there's some talent on the screen here, but man, everything feels cheap and forced. Anyway, but she is funny. Just the shit she says about being PC. She's a woman of my own heart. She's like, don't say that, you know, politically correct bullshit to me. Wish me a Merry Christmas. And go fuck yourself. She's great. I wish I had someone like her in my life. You got the ninja star, or the star on the top of the Christmas tree being used as a ninja star. That's cute. I like that the director or the writer came up with a lot of, like, cute Christmas ways to keep this Christmas themed. This film is very Christmas themed. And the whole backdrop of, like, this you know, this town called Hell, and then, like, the whole backstory of Santa losing in a game of curling. I mean, this is clearly Canadian. And how he was having to be a good Santa for like 1,000 years, but now he has the free reign to, like, do whatever the hell he wants. Why he made it 1,000 years and not permanently, who fucking knows? But that's, you know, that's the story. It's always got to be a round number. It's 100 years, it's 1,000 years. It is what it is. But so he comes back, and now he's gonna kill the angel that sent him down, and made him be the good Santa, and then he's also you know, out to kill everybody. So that's his motivation, and I like that. And it's done in, like, that kind of claymation type animation, that, like, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's, like, the backstory. So that's cool. I like to see that. And yeah, maybe back in the 90s they would make a Beretta looking Transformer that looks straight up black with, like, no orange tip or anything. But they used to sell guns with just, like, the tip orange. Now they look nothing. I mean, my kids have, like, a fake. It's funny. They have a fake gun. Here it is. I mean, it's very obvious this thing ain't real anymore. But man, when I was a kid, they made guns, like, kids' guns, look like fucking real guns. It was wild. But some of those, like, airsoft guns still look pretty damn real. The strip club scene's kind of cute. I like that he grabs the stripper pole, but he, like, has to clean it off first. That's pretty funny. And I don't know why they'd have a valet at a strip club that houses like 3 people, but you know, whatever. They got to cater to the people, right? All the donation money is being used by the preacher in town at the strip club. This joke has kind of been played out a little bit. We've gotten the like scumbag preacher in so many movies now, but you know, it is what it is. When he walks in there and he says "ho ho hoes" as the girls walk by, pretty funny. And then all the girls, I keep saying pretty funny when I told you at the beginning I didn't laugh once. It's, when I say pretty funny, it's kind of like when someone's like, oh my God, you're hilarious. Or like types LOL out or haha and they didn't really laugh in real life. It's like, yeah, like I see the attempt and I recognize that it's humorous. Like I recognize that it's funny in a way, but I didn't laugh. Does that make sense? Okay. So now that you can stop questioning why I keep saying something's funny when I just said it wasn't funny. I do think it's funny, I just didn't laugh. Okay, anyway, then he has the scene where he kicks the pole up into the light socket and electrocutes that guy. It's an inventive kill. I like it. He uses coal as like little fire grenades to burn down the strip club. And this kid uses that page turner invention that the girl from Real Genius created. I always think about that anytime I see a little page turner in a movie. I'm like, hey, I know who invented that. The swearing kids, which I already kind of mentioned, I do love that their heads blow off. Just little shitheads like that. You know, watching them get their heads blown off in a movie is you know, makes my heart happy. And when he breaks into the deli and he just like reaches through and then he like turns the clothes sign around to open and then kicks the door in, that's cute. He keeps getting called fat throughout this movie when he's clearly Goldberg. He's clearly like jacked. Like, and then he even mentions, he's like, yeah, Miss Santa's been cooking really well and all this. Is like, fat? Like, they didn't even make an attempt to make him look fat. So I don't know why everyone keeps calling him fat, and he even admits that he is. So stupid. Now, ironically here, Tommy Lister, little dude from Friday, he just died this week, and I forgot he was in this movie. And here I throw this movie on, so the first movie I go to pick to watch for the channel after his death, he's in. I mean, what are the fucking odds of that? When he popped up, I was like, oh shit, I forgot he was in this. Maybe subconsciously, but it's Christmas time, and it was what I was thinking about doing next anyway, before he even died. So that's super weird, super ironic. 2 films in a row now, 2 slasher films in a row now. We have Carolers, and they're both Canadian, right? This has got to be Canadian. I mean, it just fucking has to be. And also somebody is gifted a snow globe. Mikey McMurrin, buddy, you get your ideas from this movie? I think you were watching this and using it as some inspiration. Present bombs. He uses bombs or presents as bombs and throws them down on the kids. That's cute. I like that idea. The girl and the guy, the main girl and the main guy here, they're like dating in this movie. She keeps calling it their relationship, and she's like, am I really gonna have to be the first person to make the moves in our relationship and all this? And it's like, are you guys dating? I don't get this impression, but she keeps saying their relationship. Their friendship? Is that what she means? Or because then they kiss at the end, and then they have kind of maybe their first kiss. Are they supposed to be dating? I'm very unclear about this in the movie. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but the way she keeps saying that, I'm like, are they a couple? They are on the couch together under the blanket with one another. But, like, if you got a babe like that as your girlfriend and you're not... I mean, fuck, if you have anyone as your girlfriend and you're not trying to kiss her or what? Like, what are you doing? What's the point of even having a girlfriend? Yeah, I don't understand that one at all. Yeah, and then Santa, I mean, he agrees to another curling game, which I guess the grandfather here has been training this entire time. Why he ended up having a kid this late on, 1,000 years later, and then that kid had another kid. Like, is this like, would this would this guy's father, who would be the grandfather in this movie, the angel grandfather, which would be his son, is that the first son he's ever had? Or did he have multiple sons? Because he was an old man. They even say that. He poses as an old man in the story from before. And he's clearly that guy. So did he become young again at some point? Did he kind of cycle and like the phoenix and dies and then just comes back and then starts over again and has another family? And and why is he so like, why is he prepping for so long when he knows the exact day Santa's going to be coming? Like, he doesn't even have to worry about anything until that day. So why has he been a nutcase for so long? None of this makes any sense, but I'm overthinking this movie, so whatever. Anyway, they call this like big buffalo a reindeer in it, and even the hunters who know animals are like, yeah, it's a flying reindeer. Is it supposed to be a fat reindeer? I mean, it's clearly like a bison. Like, I don't understand why they keep calling it a reindeer. And hey, good luck mounting a animal you blew up with a bazooka. They're like, oh, let's go grab it and mount it. You literally blew it to shreds. And her dad has a fucking... I like that she's like the redneck girl in town, and her dad is known for all of his guns and whatnot. And the romance between him and his girlfriend, whatever she is extremely unnecessary, but it's to be expected. They always have to shoehorn that shit in because we're supposed to be connected and care about their growth and have that moment of like, he gets the girl in the end, but I don't know. I don't buy any of it. I don't feel any chemistry between them, or I couldn't care less if they end up together in the end. And then Santa has his reindeer killed and has to literally fly back to the North Pole on an airline, which is, yeah, it's cute. But yeah, overall, I mean, just watching it, the kills are all lame. Like, the ideas behind the kills are fine, but there's no gore in this movie. And that's what this shit is really missing. Like, if these kills were brutal, Santa was grabbing people and like fucking tearing them apart, that would be awesome. Like, that would elevate this film dramatically. But because the kills are only interesting in theory, I just like the kick of the pole into the lights and stuff like that. And he takes, a peppermint stick and he sucks on it till it's a little pointy. You ever done that? And you're like, I have a weapon, and he actually uses a little weapon and all that. Like, it's fine, but this kind of film, man, it needs gore. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. And yeah, so overall, it's okay. It's worth a watch if you've never seen it, but not something I'd run out and buy. Even though I bought 2 copies now, so what the fuck do I know? Anyway, guys, yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm doing for Monster Monday, but I got a lot of reviews to get to, so anyway, I'll see you next Slasher Sunday, which I have no fucking clue what that's going to be, but hopefully somebody in it doesn't die during the time between now and then. We'll see. Adios.